Imagine a quilt that embodies the dreams and aspirations of all the incredible little girls in our life.
Each block in this quilt symbolizes an inspiring role, from an astronaut to a mom, from an artist to a policewoman. It's all about celebrating girl power!
This 14-month block of the month includes everything you need to make the entire quilt top. Even the buttons are included.
You can use your sewing machine or your embroidery machine to make this Girl Power quilt. The finished quilt measures 44 inches wide by 56 inches tall.
Hi, I'm Julie.
And I'm Brittany.
And
together we're the mother-daughter duo of Stitches of Love. All right, let's get started talking about all things girl power. I love it. So let's jump right in.
As you can tell, Girl Power's right behind us.
It is an absolutely adorable quilt. As we said, it's all about all the things girls can do. Now, of course, we couldn't get every career on here, but we have such a wide variety. It'll open up so many fun conversations about what cool things all of us girls can do.
Absolutely. It's a big change from when I was a little girl.
Right?
Girls were supposed to be nurses, teachers, or
quilters.
Well, mommies.
Here you go. So this quilt is a collaboration with our friend Amy Bruecken of Amy Bruecken Designs. So and Amy worked together.
We did. It was so much fun. I told her my idea, and we actually were going to take this in a different direction, and then we kind of revamped it and ended up with things girls could be, all things girls can be.
It is adorable. I love how it turned out. I really love the different fabrics that you all use this time. Speaking of fabrics, all of the fabrics in the quilt are 100% quilt shop quality fabrics. They're all Riley Blake fabrics. So you can see in the quilt, we feature Dainty Daisy as the background. All of the borders on the individual blocks in your checkerboard border are the confetti cottons, really fun solids. And then all of the applique is a mix of the confetti cottons. The really cute Lori hold a variety of all of her fabric lines pulled in.
Right.
We have paparazzi. We have all kinds of really cute, fun fabrics. So you know in this quilt you're getting best quality fabric.
Mm-hmm. So like we said, there's 14 months.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes 14 months. During the 14 months, you'll start off with block 1, which is one of the girls.
Yep.
And then you proceed through all the girls, and then you get...
So blocks 1 through 12, as Mom is saying, are the individual girls. So there are 12 girls on the quilt. We'll show you pictures of those and go over each one in a moment. And then for your 13th box, you are going to make all of your checkerboard borders. So we break it down into manageable pieces. And then that final month is your finishing kit, the 14th month. You're going to get all of your sashing fabrics because you'll already have your blocks made. You're going to get your remaining border fabrics. You're going to get your binding, and you're going to get your
little buttons.
Which really are cute. Let's see which blocks have buttons. We'll see up close in a minute.
What a mommy does.
Yeah, the mommy has buttons. The doctor has buttons. The firewoman has buttons.
Policewoman, the vet.
Policewoman, vet, and the chef. So a bunch of the blocks have really cute buttons on them that just add to the applique. And you get those in your finishing kit because you put them on after your quilt is complete. You don't put them on.
And that way you don't have to keep up with the little tiny bag every month.
Exactly. We give you one bag. Don't lose it. All right. So what's really great about this block of the month, all of the applique pieces are already pre-fused with Sulky Perfect applique. It's a really nice, lightweight, fusible. I know you love it.
I do like it.
Yep. And it's been on other block of the months that we have. So if you've been in other block of the months, you're familiar with it. It's great to work with. And our team has already cut out all of the pieces for you. So when you open your box, all of your applique, it's already fused to the right fabric. It's already cut out to the right shape. You're ready to start building your applique units and get to sewing or embroidering.
Which to me is the most fun part.
Yes. Oh, aren't you glad?
Tracing applique takes a little bit
of
time.
A long time. And to source this many fabrics, I forget the exact number, but there's around 120 so different SKUs, meaning different fabrics, in the applique block. So you would be shopping for fat quarters for a long time. Yeah. Yep. So our team's cut out everything for you, so it's ready to go. Mm-hmm. What else do we have to tell you?
Well, there's 2 different ways you can make it.
Oh, that's right. That's what we have to tell you. So let's talk about the first way that we have is with your sewing machine. And now, Mom, this is your favorite way to do it.
This is how I do it.
Yep.
The old way, sort of.
It's not the real way, not the old way.
A new old way.
It's just a choice. It's a way.
It's machine applique by a regular sewing machine, which means you can use, like I do, I like to use a blanket stitch. So you can do that around each little part, or you can use a straight stitch if that's your favorite way to do it, or you can even use a zigzag stitch or like a satin stitch, or some people like to use even some of the fancier stitches.
Exactly.
So it's your quilt. You can put it on there however you want.
However you want. Speaking of putting it on there, along with the pre-fused laser cut pieces, all of the applique placement guides that you'll work with are numbered, which means it's basically applique by numbers. You don't have to worry about what to build where. And in the patterns, we guide you through building individual units of applique that you can then build as one large unit and put on your background fabric to sew, instead of working with like 50 little pieces you don't know where to put where. Everything is numbered and easy to go.
But it still kind of makes you feel like, because I've been working with something today, kind of like you're doing a puzzle.
It is like doing a puzzle.
But you have all the answers. You know where every piece
goes. Kind of how I like it. And the placement guide is full size. So And we'll go into notions that make that even easier as well later in the video. And then how will you finish your quilt?
I finished mine with long arm sewing machine.
There you go.
I sent it to a long armer and let them do it.
Well, we'll come back to Kim, but she's amazing. We'll talk about her.
Yeah. Was that the answer you wanted?
Yes, or also you can use your sewing machine and quilt it yourself.
Yeah, you can do that.
Or you can send it to the magnificent Kim.
You can hand quilt it.
You can hand quilt it. I wouldn't, but you can. I would send it to Kim. We'll come back to Kim though, because we'll talk about that. She's amazing. Don't let us forget that. The other way that you have another option is what we call the embroidery machine applique version. This is my favorite way to do it. Although lately I will say I've really had a lot of fun doing some sewing machine applique. But the embroidery machine applique, all you have to have is an embroidery machine, and you have to have an 8x12 hoop. If you are not sure if your hoop is the right size, we have a test file for you. So if you go to our website, you can get that test file. We'll make sure we link to it. Yeah, it's a free test file. We'll link to it in the video. You simply put that on your machine. If it shows up and works, you're good. If it doesn't show up and work, you are not good. And so what do you do then? You call your machine dealer, and they will very nicely sell you a bigger hoop.
Maybe, if your machine will accommodate it.
We'll also sell you a bigger machine.
Yeah, they would love that too, yeah.
They'll love that too. We're helping embroidery machine shops everywhere. So you need an 8-inch by 12-inch hoop. Smaller will not work. And
bigger will work though. If you have a bigger hoop and you don't have particularly 8x12.
Yeah, a bigger totally works.
A bigger one.
Yeah, if you have one of the really cool like luminaires or something, you have like a 14-inch hoop, go for it. No big deal, for sure. When it comes to what type of machines this works on, all the major brands we have files for. Again, with that test file, you'll know if it works or not. Pretty much it's going to work. And then how you get your file every month, you simply download it, put it on a USB or a thumb drive, whatever you would like to call it, and you put that on your machine and you're ready to stitch. So it's really fun. The way that embroidery works in the machine is instead of using a paper placement guide and ironing down the pieces and making units like you would for the sewing machine, with the embroidery machine, we actually give you the outlines and steps, and you place your pieces in the hoop. So you actually build your applique units in the embroidery hoop, and in the machine, you just sit there and watch it stitch it all for you. It's pretty fun.
I admit that is fun.
That's kind of my favorite part. And we have beautiful thread kits for both of them we'll talk about in a moment. Now, to let you know, when it comes to the embroidery machine, we always get this question. You still have to use your sewing machine and sew the quilt together. So you'll sew your borders on every month on the individual block. You'll actually sew the entire quilt top together. Like you'll make your checkerboard border, add your borders, all that good stuff. And then the same way you would quilt it with your sewing machine version, you'll quilt it with the embroidery machine version, meaning you will either use your sewing machine to quilt it, use your long arm, or send it to your long armor, or if you're really talented, hand quilt it. Yeah. So as always, if you have questions, you can always comment on the video or reach out to our team. And also on our website, this and more than what we're saying in the video is all listed out. Okay, so do we want to go through the girls before we talk about all the notions?
Sure.
So obviously you can see the quilt behind us. I know I have a picture in front, but I am going to throw a big picture of each block and we'll kind of talk about each block. And again, all of these pictures are on the website where you can zoom in on your phone or your iPad or what have you and take a look at all of them. So each girl has a super cute name. They all kind of have a meaning. Well, not all of them have meaning, but most of them have meaning. So the very first girl is Ivy the swimmer. Mm-hmm. Is there a meaning on her?
No.
She's just cute. She's just cute.
She's everything I wished I could be. Look cute in a bathing suit.
And
swim real good.
And swim. I can do neither. Y'all don't want to know about how bad I can't swim. Don't tell anybody we're from Florida. And then we have Ariel the astronaut.
Now, Ariel is named after our
Ariel. You might know her.
Yeah, some of you may know who Ariel is. She was our former operations manager, and she left us to move to the big city of Chicago.
She's in Chicago. But it's okay. So, we have Sailor now, but we still give Ariel a little.
Yeah, so we gave a little shout out to Ariel.
Yes.
Because she was our shining star who
flew away. Ariel, if you're watching.
That's you. We miss you.
And then we have Annie the farmer. She's really coming in close to my favorite. It's hard to always pick a favorite, but
she's so cute.
If you can see the corn, if you look up close in the picture, or when you like zoom in, you can see there's accent stitching on the corn on the cob, and I don't know why that just kills me.
Oh, and it's not anything you have to do. It's just something. The piece of fabric was gingham, and I just couldn't resist taking a piece of thread and going through. And
you just did like dashed lines?
Like little dashed lines, so it looks more like corn.
It's so cute.
It was just fun. You don't have to do it. You can if you want.
You're going to do it. It's adorable.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, she's one of my favorites too. So this is Zoe the chef. I love her. Can you see? Yeah, my favorite is her pink cupcake.
Yeah, she has a pink cupcake. My favorite thing about her is her little chef's jacket.
Yes. With
her little double-breasted green buttons.
Also an outfit I wish I would wear and look cute in. She doesn't have the fun chef hat though. She has a cute headband. She has a cute headband. Food safety.
Yes, and I would love to have a chef. So
me too. Oh my gosh, if you know one, send them our way.
Yeah.
Okay, next up. Oh my gosh, this is Valerie the vet. Mm-hmm. So she's not named after our dog's vet, but on Instagram and Facebook, we wrote a little story leading up to the launch of this block of the month. If you go back on Instagram and Facebook, you can look for the post and read the little story on each one. And I just imagined that she would be as nice as our vet. Our vet is Dr. Steele, and our dogs love them and Paige. So, yep. So she's not named after her, but I would say a note of our vet. Yeah.
Valerie the vet.
Valerie the vet. Then we have Liz the construction worker. I love her.
Isn't she cute? Oh my gosh, she's cute. Now I'll tell you a little secret. Liz is actually named after Amy's Aunt Liz.
Who makes every Amy Bruecken block of the month. I love it.
Who has in no way ever been a construction worker, I don't think, to my knowledge.
You never know.
But we named Liz the construction worker after her because she constructs all the quilts. She makes every quilt that Amy does with us, Aunt Liz makes. So this is for Aunt Liz.
It's so cute. When we ship the orders out every month, there's always on our spreadsheet, don't forget Aunt Liz.
Yep.
So in our box every month.
Aunt Liz, you got a new quilt coming.
Exactly. You got to hurry because now you have 2 people you have to make it for.
Yes.
They're coming up on the quilt, actually.
Yeah, we might send her 2, huh?
I think so. Probably we'll put 2 in a box for.
Yeah.
Next up, I also love her. Oh my gosh. Penelope, the policewoman.
Oh, yeah.
Also, this is my most favorite name in the world.
Penelope, really? Oh.
That and Emma. Slightly like Penelope. What a fun name.
It is fun.
Yeah, I feel like you get to be like, I don't know, spunky if you're named Penelope. Like a policewoman.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You got any more to add for Penelope?
No, but I think she's awfully cute. She's got a badge.
The story I made up about her is that she loves to drive really fast in her police car. Because that's what I would want to do.
Okay.
I mean, you know.
I'm going to start calling you Penelope when I think you're speeding.
Oh my God, I'm such a
slow
driver. It's not cool. Okay, this is another cute one. This is Lucy the artist. I'll let you talk about her.
Oh, yeah. Now, Lucy kind of has a double meaning.
I'd say double meaning.
Yes, a double meaning. Now, Amy has 2 adorable little grandchildren, and Lucy is one of them. And
she's the baby.
Yeah, she's the baby. So we just named Lucy after.
Because Amy's an artist.
Yeah. But as a nod to Amy. But Lucy was my grandmother also, and my grandmother was actually a real artist. She painted.
You're a real artist.
Well, I don't feel real.
You think if paint is involved, it's more
I
real.
feel like if they can actually paint with oil paintings and watercolors, then they're real.
They're
artists. So she, my grandmother Lucy.
Exactly.
So that was for her too, because she had a double meaning.
And maybe one day Lucy, Amy's granddaughter, will be an artist like Amy.
Yeah.
You never know.
You never know.
Yep. And then next we have Olivia, the ballerina.
And Olivia, the ballerina, is in such a cute little tutu. And she is named after Donna, who is our friend, who comes and helps us out every week. And Olivia is her little granddaughter, who is absolutely an adorable
Well, both
child.
of her granddaughters and other granddaughters
she has
are adorable.
others.
Yeah, she has others.
She has lots of grandchildren, but this little particular
We ran
one,
out of blocks.
Yeah, we didn't have enough blocks for all of them. But she's little, and she was absolutely delighted to be named after the ballerina because she does dance. She's learning to dance. She's about 4 or 5 years old. So she's a real sweet little girl. So that's Olivia.
And I personally love that her tutu is purple
Oh yeah,
instead of pink. I just love
and
it.
actually she was the first one that I made.
Was she?
Yeah, because I wanted to play with that purple.
I love that.
Because I don't know if y'all know that much about Amy's fabrics. Amy has introduced purple.
You mean Lori's fabrics?
I mean Lori
Holt's fabrics.
Lori Holt fabrics. She's introduced purple in her most recent lines have included
And they're
purples.
good. They're good purples.
And she didn't have purple before, so it's fun to have purple.
This makes me think about, speaking about purple, when we talked about Ariel the astronaut, I recently started following a real life astronaut who is this awesome lady, and she has kids and she is an astronaut. I think she's actually trying to get pregnant before she goes to space again next year. Like, it's really fun to follow her. But the way I found her, like when she first popped up in my Instagram feed, she was wearing purple like our astronaut. So when you talked about purple, it made me remember that. I'll have to look up her name.
She is. That's cool.
Yeah. So we have a quilter astronaut that was in space like a year or two ago. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And now we have another girl astronaut that's like Girl Power. I love it. Yeah. Fun fact. Circle back to where we are. And then we have Riley the firewoman,
Yeah.
and she's named after.
She's named after Riley,
Riley
who
Blake?
is from Riley Blake. She's Cindy and Brett's daughter, Riley, who is, I understand now, working in the business. So that's a little nod to Riley.
And all the fabrics that we love from Riley Blake.
And she's so nice, just like her parents. We really
Yes,
like her.
they're really nice people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, she's adorable. I love her.
Yeah.
And also, I have to say, hopefully, never need to call like 911 or whatever. But the fire people are always like the nicest people ever in the world. So maybe she's gonna be my favorite block. It's hard.
She
all of
keeps
them.
picking different favorites.
I know. I'm about to say that the doctor is my favorite too. And this is Alison, the doctor.
That one
She's
also
named
has a
after.
story. She's named after Brittany.
My middle name is Alison with one L.
And when Brittany was little, she was always going to be a
I
doctor.
was totally gonna be a doctor until college, and I volunteered at the hospital. I was like,
Then
ew,
she
gross.
decided she didn't want to do it.
And I was like, I have to go to school for how much longer? Ew.
But when she was really small, I'll tell you a funny story. When she was really small, she used to say, yes, and I'm going to go to YAM. I'm not going to Yale like those other doctors. I'm going to go to the best one.
Yam. Oh my god, I had a Yale shirt though. For the
Yeah.
longest time, I wanted to go to Yale. I don't know why. I went to Florida State.
But no,
don't
she
worry.
was going to YAM.
Yeah, I don't think I would have made it at Yale. I had to study.
You would have been fine.
And then our last but not least block is,
Rosie the mama.
and she is
She's very special too because she is Amy's other granddaughter, who is her oldest granddaughter,
her
Rosie.
first one.
The first one, because we named her after the mama because I figured that with the new baby Lucy, she was probably being like her little mama and felt like she was her
Because like the
little doll.
first kid kind of always is like, you know, holding the baby sister or brother,
Really
like
happy to
playing
have a
dolls.
baby sister. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we figured she's like that. So
Yep.
So that was special.
And
So
she is, if you look at the teddy bear that she's holding, like that is so cute to me.
This one has, excuse me, several buttons. The baby actually has a pacifier, which is 2 little buttons.
Two little. Oh, that's right. It's layered. Yeah. If you look in the
Yeah.
picture, it's a pink.
A white one.
Yeah, a white button and with a pink one on top to make the little pacifier. Super cute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now do I have another picture? Oh, well, let me show you. Obviously, it's behind us, but there's a whole picture of the quilt. And already posted on social media. And of course, whenever you're watching this after this, there will be tons of reels and pictures of the full quilt that you can go and explore and look up close. We have really fun pictures of Mom holding it in the park, and we zoom past all the blocks in it. So we do our best to try and get you really a good view of the quilt that you're going to be making when you join. So now let's talk about notions, and we'll start with backing.
Okay, so we do have a Girl Power backing.
We do. So this is a wide back, which, oh my gosh, major fan of wide back. I don't like to have to piece of backing. Not that I ever do, but you know. But this is a Lori Holt Bee Vintage Pink fabric. It's like pink little flowers.
You can
And
flip it up. And...
yeah, there's a picture on the screen in the back.
Oh, okay.
And then also, well, they won't be able to see in real life because I got the picture up. But it's a super cute wide back, and we are going to be shipping these quarterly. So when you reserve your backing, look on the website. It's going to tell you your ship date. Like as of filming right now, it's October 23rd. The next date I think is January. Then we have March, April, May. So every quarter we'll be shipping it. So go on and order it when you register for the block of the month, and you'll have it long before you're done with your quilt.
Yeah. For some reason, industry-wide wide backings are a little bit delayed to get right now. So that's why we're
That's
doing
also
it
why we're doing quarterly instead of
Yeah.
just stocking it, because, well, we're stocking
what we've got.
wide backs.
Yeah.
Every time I email Angie, she's like, I know you're asking about wide back fabric.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I emailed her today about it.
We're doing our best to get it to you as quickly as possible, but you know.
Well, and I love that they're making sure it's manufactured properly. So you're getting the best quality fabric.
Yeah.
Per use. Now, the other notions that we have, I will bring us back to a regular screen. There you go. So you can see the super cute quilts in the back while we're talking. So do you want to go over sewing machine notions? I'll be your Vanna White.
Okay.
I give you a list.
For sewing machine, now it's not required that you use these, but we did make thread kits that match the fabrics.
So pretty.
So when I do my blanket stitch, I like to use a 30 weight thread in the needle, and then I put a 50 weight in the bobbin. So, and I like to have the colors match so that if for some reason the bobbin thread comes up a little, it's not obvious.
Sorry, I was trying to hold it really
to pick it
tight.
out and start over. So we do have thread kits for that. There's smaller spools from Sulky.
The
threads.
petites.
Sulky Petites, yes. And
It's more than enough to do this block of the month, and really even
some more,
some more,
probably.
yeah.
And there's 20 colors in there. We do list the colors on the website, right?
Yes, we do. We have
Yeah.
all 20 colors listed. Now, one thing to remember, in the 30 weight, you use 1307 pink, and in the 50 weight, you pair that in your bobbin with 1109. Why? Because they don't make 1307 and 50 weight, and they're close enough to match. And I think they don't make 1109 and 30. There's a reason that we, but they're two hot pinks that pair together, and we have that listed on the website for you too.
Yeah. We were able to have them. They actually spun some colors just for us.
They did. Yeah. Well, actually, the reason we all have 30 weight originally was because you were like, I'll buy them all. So that's how we have the petites at all.
So there we have that.
And there's look at the stickers. Can we talk about how cute?
So another thing I use when I'm doing the 30 weight and the 50 weight is a 90-14 needle. It just accommodates. You need a needle with a hole big enough to accommodate the thicker 30 weight thread. Likewise, if you use another company's thread and it's thicker, you want to probably use a 90-14 as well. If you're going to just use like a 50 weight in the top and bottom, which is perfectly fine, you can use whatever needle you like to use.
Your piecing needle.
Yeah.
Oh, the number is 8012.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah. And then of course I like a Sulky,
I'll be your Vanna.
a stabilizer underneath. It makes your stitches lay down better when you have a stabilizer underneath. Just cut a square a little bit larger than the block you're working on. Place it underneath and you can just float it. You don't even have to stitch it down, and then you just stitch your applique and it works great.
And it's easy to tear away.
Mm-hmm.
Because yes, the answer is do tear it away.
Uh-huh. The Sew Line fabric pencil.
It's in your cup.
Oh, right here. Sew Line, a little pink pencil. You can use this for marking their
accent lines.
accent lines, like their eyeballs. Well, actually the
Button
eyeballs.
pieces.
But yeah, where the buttons go and stuff like that. Or
Do they have, like, when you want to, like, do the accent stitching on the corn?
well, the
Or-
corn is guided with the the gingham, so you don't need it for that.
Okay,
But
well,
there's
places.
that you may
Trust
want to do
us.
that, yeah. But the eyeballs are French knots.
Yes, they are. So, fun fact on the embroidery machine. Oh wait, did we do eyeballs on the embroidery machine, or did we have you do French knots?
I don't know.
I don't know why I brought that up since I don't remember the answer. I'm the one that digitized, so you think I'd remember?
Yeah.
It's
And
a
then
surprise.
These blocks are all trimmed at 8.5.
Oh, I didn't.
inches. Did you bring that? We have a Lori Holt
I love that was right
8.5 inch cute cuts trinnet ruler.
Love these.
And it's really nice because it allows, she has this blued out, is that a word?
I don't know.
It's blue on
It's
the
grayed
corner.
out, so why not blued out?
Okay, it's blued out.
Blued out.
That's terrible.
It really does.
Poor English language today, I'm butchering it.
But we know cursive.
Anyway, this is a 1/4 inch all the way around, so it gives you a good way to make sure that everything is going to fit within the.
Yes, it'll line up
space.
perfectly with your placement guide as well, which helps.
Yeah, so this is a nice handy ruler to have. Not essential, but once you start using them,
You're gonna honestly buy every size.
Every size.
You really will. They're amazing.
Yeah.
The 2.5 inch one I use all the time.
And then of course there is the perfect stack. Which
Yeah, you're sitting in front of.
I'm sitting in front of it. I use a fusing mat. How do you like to talk? You talk about this.
Do you want me to talk? I love talking about the
You
perfect
talk about
stack
the
because it
perfect
just
stack.
is like perfect. So your perfect stack is just a few items. So can you see? Oh, you can't see the table. We'll assist each other here, Mom. So at the bottom of your perfect stack is your light pad. So this is the Caterpillar light pad. It's touch and it has 3 levels. As you can see, there's no cord. It's magic because you charge it up. I mean, mostly I keep mine sitting where it's like plugged in, but not always. So it's nice to be able to move it around if you need to, or
And
not have that
it's-
cord.
I don't know if y'all be able to tell, but it's a 1/4
Super
inch thick. That's it. 1/4 inch max.
I love it.
It
So
is wonderful.
And the reason you need a light pad is so you can easily place your applique units, or build your applique units and place them in the right spot. But you don't want to iron on top of your light pad.
It's some type of lucite, so you would warp
You would
it.
melt it.
Yeah.
So instead of melting a light pad, you put your glass mat on top of it. And it's an absolutely perfect fit to the size of the usable space of your glass mat. And it comes with little rubber feeties. So that's also not English. Rubber feet. I almost said feetsies. Feeties. Rubber stoppers on the bottom. Rubber feet on the bottom of your glass mat. So it's not in direct contact with your light pad. So again, keeps the heat off the light pad. And then on top of that, you put, where's the name?
Well, you would put your placement guide.
Yeah, you put your placement guide.
Let's assume this was your placement guide.
And then you put your fusing mat on top of that. And then you're ready to place all of your applique pieces and iron it down with your favorite little iron. Yeah. So that's your perfect stack. Do we miss anything in it? Oh, the blue scissors and your Steady Betty. So the Steady Betty we have in here right now is actually a giant one. But one that fits the perfect stack is the 13 by 17 inch Steady Betty. And what I like to do, and I think you do the same thing, Mom, you build your unit and so it's like ironed together, but you want to give it like one more press before you start sewing. And so I like to have a Steady Betty right there and I press on it before I start sewing.
What she's referring to is you would just move your stack and then lay your block down here and then press it.
Yep. Put your Steady Betty right on top of the stack.
With the perfect applique, like any other fusibles, you don't want to overheat it, because eventually you will melt away all the glue. So you just want to, when you put it on here with your placement guide and your iron, you just want to sort of give them enough of a little 1, 2, 3 seconds tap in an area to hold the little pieces together where they overlap. And then you
just
can
enough to stick.
do the whole thing down
For real.
for real. Then
Yeah.
after you sew it, once you've sewn it, you can stitch it all.
You turn it on.
Press it all you want.
Fun fact about the light pad, because it is touchscreen, put the on and off button at the top.
Yes.
When you place it down, we have it upside down sitting there where Mom's arm is going to keep hitting the on and off button.
Yeah.
So if you just rotate it 90 degrees,
Mhm.
you're good. And then the scissors are in the cup. They come in several sizes, but the medium is my personal favorite. I love to have the small for when I'm doing hand embroidery, medium for when I'm doing this, and then when I'm doing the quilts on the floor, I like my large.
And do you know what these are?
The Karen K. Buckley Perfect Scissors. Very appropriately named because they are perfect. They're
They are
serrated.
sharp all the way to the point. They're serrated. They actually help you hold your piece.
And the
if you're
handle's
cutting
soft.
anything. And yes, look at this.
Because I don't like ouchies on my hands.
Yeah, if you've cut for any length of time, eventually your fingers get really sore.
And you might be asking why we're recommending scissors. The only thing you have to cut when you get your kit from us in terms of applique, you just snip, like if there's 4 pieces that are the same color, we cut them out of the same square and just leave a little like 1/8 of an inch place for you to snip. Actually, probably smaller than 1/8 of an inch. You just go snip, snip, snip.
Another thing that's helpful to have is a little pair of
Tweezers,
which they don't have to be sewing tweezers. You can use whatever kind of tweezers you might like.
Are there lots of different kinds of tweezers? Like eyebrow tweezers?
There are. These are tulip pink tweezers.
I know. We don't carry tweezers, by the way.
These are because we haven't been able to find the perfect ones.
They're not a member of our perfect stack yet, but we recommend you have them.
We're looking for some that we like a whole lot. If you have any recommendations, let us know.
I like these a whole lot. I don't know why. I don't know why you don't like.
I'm not. When I'm trying to pick up a thread, the little tiny point on here gets in my way.
Okay.
But or it's not. I like a little bit thicker because I can grab it better. Probably because I can't see as good as you can. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, these are beautiful tweezers.
I was going to say they're adorable. I love all things tulip pink.
Yes, me too.
My first quilt was a tulip pink quilt.
But actually not my favorite. So anyway.
On the tweezers.
On the tweezers.
There
What
you
else
go.
do we have?
So find your favorite tweezers because you can't get them from us.
Or go to your bathroom and grab
We
them.
only sell things that we like 100% love.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're at 12 years in, we still haven't picked tweezers.
Yeah.
Send us your tweezer recommendation.
Yeah, we keep looking. Okay, so if you're doing the embroidery machine,
Yes.
here's what you need.
You need less stuff.
Yeah.
Well, except you had to buy an embroidery machine, so weigh that out. Just saying. So another beautiful thread kit. This is 40 weight rayon thread. Have you seen this up close?
It's beautiful. I do think embroidery thread
I
is
love
so
it.
pretty. I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but look at the shimmer
The
on that.
rayon thread is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. When the threads came in, Sailor was helping me grab them out real fast so we could have them to film. And we were both like, oh my God, beautiful. And this thread kit has all 20 colors that you need. Now, I will say, if you've been in our other block of the month, you're probably like, oh, I don't need this thread kit. I have other thread kits.
You probably have some threads.
However, Mom introduced some new fun colors. So one color that we're all really loving is this like pinky red, 1081. I forgot what it's called because it's new to us. Something beautiful. I'm going to call it Smoky Rose, but that's not it.
No, and that one's not watermelon either.
And we have ecru in the thread kit now, like we're using on the rugs. And then we have, there's several other new colors, but I really love these colors that you've used in it. And they're just, so good on your embroidery machine. So I paired that. I put that in my needle of my embroidery machine. In my bobbin, I'm a lazy girl. I buy 90 weight pre-wound bobbins, quite frankly, off of Amazon. And I've never had a problem. I love them. Is that bad to say?
No.
Order them from your embroidery machine sales store person.
And the embroidery machine enthusiasts probably have their favorite.
Yeah, use your favorite plain old white bobbin and then pair it with your 40 weight sulky matching, or not matching thread, because this is fun colors. And you choose a white bobbin. And then I use the 7511 embroidery needle, size needle, which is like your standard needle you would use with any of your embroidery threads. Nothing special there. And then kind of the same things we get into. What I hoop in my embroidery hoop is the same stabilizer Julie uses on the sewing machine. It's the Sulky Teresi stabilizer. It's stable enough to keep everything in place while you're doing all your stitching on your machine, but it's also way easy to tear out at the end, which you'll thank us. And then, I mean, it's true. That's not anybody's favorite part, to tear it out. We made a reel of tearing it out. So it really is like not that hard, but you know. Same thing, you're gonna trim your block with the same ruler.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's it.
Except for
the freebie. Oh, that's right. Oh my God, how have we forgotten that? When you join, we love to give you something fun to stitch. It's also a really good practice. So when you join, we are going to send you a kit to make this entire pincushion. Now you're going to have your own stuffing. Sorry. But we give you all your little girls totally cut out. You have your background fabric, your border fabric, and the backing fabric. I don't remember the name of this print, but it's a darling floral from L'Oreal.
from B Dots, I believe.
It's super
But
cute.
I don't know the name of it.
There's so many names in all of her fabrics.
But
Don't know 'em.
you probably can't see this, but she's really the little farmer girl. And she is wearing overalls, and these are striped green.
So
green
cute.
overalls. They're super cute.
I would wear those.
Yeah.
I would wear any of these outfits.
Really?
Well, I would be illegal for some of them because.
I wouldn't wear the bathing suit.
Okay.
Tutu.
I mean, on a cruise where I don't know anybody.
Anyway, the reason we like to send this to you is because the date of renewal for this is what day?
It renews every month on the 22nd. So let's just say you join on the 7th of the month. Your first block is not going to charge and ship until the next time the calendar says number 22.
But if you sign up on 23, it also is not going to do it until 22. But in the meantime, we will send you this.
To practice on. It's really
Yeah.
nice if you haven't maybe done applique in a while, or you've never done our embroidery machine applique where you do your placement in the hoop. It's a really nice way to kind of read through our pattern, practice it out, and get your bearings for how all of it is going to be.
But a lot of people don't realize, and they'll get this, and they're like, I didn't order that. Why are you sending me this?
It's free.
You
Take
know,
it.
That's not my block. That's not what I wanted to make. You know, so
This quilt is smaller than I thought.
It's a gift.
That's my favorite.
we like to give gifts when we can. That's what this is.
It's really fun to make. And I think you think the same thing. I hope you keep it by your embroidery machine or your sewing machine the whole time you're like making it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really need pens until you're piecing the quilt together, but it's fun to have like right there.
Well, and you could use it as, if you have your sewing machine or sewing room decorated, you could put it in a little bowl as a bowl
Little
filler.
bowl filler.
Yeah.
Pile it in a chair. If you're like me and you have like an insane amount of pillows, you can never just not have like one more pillow.
It's small for that, but
It's a little small for that, but it can stack.
it's cute. So
I love
anyway,
it.
you will be getting a free gift from us.
Thanks for remembering that, Mom. I totally forgot to mention that.
You're welcome.
It's not in our notes. But before we go, we'll do a quick review. But before that, I want to talk about Kim and her quilting because she's
Yes.
awesome.
Yes. Kim is our long arm quilter. She lives in,
Well, she's everybody's long arm quilt. We don't, she's not just ours.
right.
We love her though.
Yeah, she's willing to quilt your quilts too.
Yeah.
On Facebook, you can find her under Kim's Quilting Corner.
And on Instagram.
Maybe you can link that somewhere? Or?
I can. I've linked to her before, but I will 100% link to her.
Yeah, put that again.
To me, I look at her on Instagram.
Okay.
So I'll probably tag her for you to get to on Instagram.
Yeah, her name's Kimberly Worth, Werth. She's in New York, Rochester, I think.
She's in America.
Can't remember right now, but I think it's
I have
Rochester.
no idea.
At any rate,
If we mail things to her, you think we'd like remember?
Yeah, I know. But she has every quilt I've sent her, which has been
I think she's done 3 now. 4 now.
4, maybe, but 4 or 5 maybe even.
Yeah.
But I've sent her quilts for business only. But she does a beautiful job. And the way I found her was back in the day when we had Spoolie Bird was our first block of the month, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Long time ago.
It was a long time ago, and someone had done that, and she quilted it, and she showed the quilting.
And they tagged us, so they tagged that it was a Stitches of Love block of the month.
So we saw it, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Her quilting is awesome.
I have a long arm, a big one. Oh, well, I guess they're all big, but
They're the mini kind.
I have a Gamma long arm that's computerized even, and I cannot do near as well as Kim does. She is.
And she does it,
really-
to me, it appears that she's very fast.
Yeah, she's
I would think she'd need the quilt for like months, and it's like back before you know it.
Yeah, she's amazing. So if you get a chance, you can look at close-ups on a lot of our quilts, and you'll probably be able to tell the difference in the ones she did and some of the older
No,
ones.
you're a good quilter too.
Well, we
She
try,
is. She is.
but not to this level. Her she's really good at borders, and she's just great.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a long arm quilter, I certainly would recommend Kim from Kim's Quilting Corner.
And when you mail her quilts, this is always my recommendation when you're going to mail a quilt, like that's finished, right? Insure it, obviously.
And don't write quilt on the box.
Yeah, put an unmarked box, wrap it in, like we always put it inside like a plastic bag and another plastic bag, usually honestly a garbage bag, to make sure that it's safe in shipping.
Mm-hmm.
We don't put your block of the months in trash bags though, shipping to you. I didn't bring the box upstairs. This box is so cute. Oh, and it's got a fun quote inside. Well, you know what? We're going to make that be a surprise.
Yeah.
You got to sign up to get your box and see the quote. I love the quote. I would tell it, but I can't remember it. But I just know I love it.
I don't remember it either.
I don't know. It's good. It's not too sappy. It's inspirational.
Yeah. It's important to me that well, everybody, but especially little girls who still seem to think sometimes that they can't do things that boys can. That little girls can do anything they
We
want.
can do everything better than boys. No offense, boys.
Brittany. But anyway, it was important to me.
I'm gonna get in trouble for that. Y'all know I'm like kidding, right? I winked.
I saw that.
Like mom's like, Brittany.
It's your husband that might say something. So anyway, it was special and fun for us to work on this, and we certainly love naming them all. Now we have had some comments on Facebook of, do you have a musician or do you have this or that? Well, we don't.
There was only 12 blocks.
Yeah.
But it's meant to inspire so that everybody remembers that they can, do anything, think about anything you want to do, and yeah, it's fun. We really wanted to make sure we had like a good mix of things that were like trades, STEM, school, art. Like we really wanted to make sure it like spanned the gamut of everything. Ironically, we don't have a quilter on there, so we're not even representing ourselves.
Well, we have an artist.
There's an artist.
And I do think that if you quilt, you are an artist.
100%. Except you did declare earlier you have to have paint to be an artist, but
No, I said.
I just want her to be in trouble with me. I'm sorry, Mom.
Well, yeah, it is some, yeah, okay. I cannot get myself out of this corner.
I'm kidding. We're all good. Boys can do everything girls can do. Girls can do everything boys can do. And you're an artist even if you don't use paint. There, we cleared it all up. Allegedly. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and when they're saying something that they're like, oh, we don't want to get in trouble, they're always like, allegedly. So that's the words you say. Allegedly.
Okay,
Yes.
so at any rate, we thank you for entertaining, we hope we've kept you entertained this
Yeah, I
long,
hope
and
so.
that you are actually interested in the Girl Power Quilt.
How can you not be? It is so cute.
Yeah, the girls are fun. So,
And
thank
if you're
you.
just super into this, I have to tell you, it's okay to join one block of the month. So many people join one, because I check like every order that comes in before it's like going to the whole team, because I'm a little OCD. And it's really fun to see. People will maybe get like 2 boxes, and then I see them sign up for another one. Like they'll do Boo Crew, and all of a sudden I see them sign up for Christmas. And all of a sudden they're doing Hop. And then all of a sudden they're emailing and they're like, is hand embroidery that hard? I might do Girls Life. So it's okay to be addicted and do more than one.
Yeah.
It's fun to get boxes in the mail. I was told
We
today
do that.
that I get too many boxes in the mail. I don't care. I'm going to keep getting too many boxes in the mail. It's fun. Yeah.
I'm behind on one of my block of the months. No, 2.
I'm behind on all of them. We don't have to talk about that.
But I'll catch up.
Yeah, I will say these are so easy to do because like we said, everything is like cut up and ready to go. The background fabric, you're going to trim down after you sew. So literally you just build your applique units either on your perfect stack or at your embroidery machine, and then you're ready to sew. So yeah, just schedule yourself a couple hours once a month to sit down and do your block, and it's delightful. Well, maybe more than a couple hours for sewing machine.
Well, I know there's some people that like say they sew for like half an hour every morning, and then when they come
that's
home
fine.
from work, they'll sew again or
Mhm.
whatever. So, or like the cross stitchers, they'll say, well, I have to put in at least 1 thread a day.
Oh yeah, there's that saying.
Yeah.
A stitch
So-
a day keeps the doctor
So
away.
you can do really do whatever you want.
But to join, visit stitchesoflovequilting.com. I've had that scrolling the whole time. So visit stitchesoflovequilting.com, and you will see, if you just scroll on the homepage of our website, we always have all of our active block of the month clubs that are available listed. So you can click learn more on Girl Power or any of the other block of the months and read through all the information. If there's something we don't answer there, never hesitate to reach out. You can click submit a ticket on our website that goes straight to our team that answers all of our emails, or you can email orders with an S, orders at stitchesoflovequilting.com.
Mm-hmm.
And should we end with a girl power?
Sure.
All right, so happy stitching and
Girl power!